Right, welcome to Heritage Farm. This is going to be slightly different to what I have been doing. Mainly because a sadist who's a member of PCSG, I will name him, Old Guy Farmer, likes setting tests for people. You may have seen Grizzly Bear, Rubber Burner, I think Farmer Klein, and one or two others taking part in his challenge on one of his other maps. Well, this is this Mountain Valley Farm extra hard map, not the one I'm playing now, but I was on that the weekend, and I had to get rid of some trees. Boy, there's some trees on there, and I was using the trailer you see up ahead of us. The wrong one. It's got it. And I found a problem with it. And I'll show you what the problem is. I'm just going to turn the traffic off, thinking about it. I don't really want that on. It's going to get in the way. There we go. And one other thing I want to do is put the save back on. I switched the save off. Was just setting this all up. Oh, it's back. That's alright. Good. And just a matter of I'll leave the player lift scale there. I want to make certain I can lift the things. I'm not going to bother messing about with the front loaders and what have you for this. I'm just going to get all tractors all in a row. As you can see, I've got a number of them here. This isn't part of the Heritage series that will be sold after this again. I just got this on here just for a little bit of fun. Whoa, it'd be better if I didn't jump out, of course. No. Yep, we got that. Last one, which is back here. Little old Massey. I might keep this one, I don't know yet. The problem is I've got so many tractors I want to use. But I will show you when we get up to the tree line. I'll buy a chainsaw when we get up there. I can't. My mouse wheel is so sensitive it tends to come on and off all the time if I have it too soon. I might just have to look into the settings just to tighten up a little bit. Alright, we're getting the lead, and it's my old favourite. But the only John Deere I actually like. Alright, well, we make our way now to the get into the driver's seat. Make our way up to the tree line, and the tree's just up here. And hope we can get all these up here with us. So I'm actually going to be doing some forestry. Mind you, this will be a one-off just to test something out. Put this here. Stop the engine, I don't want that going anymore. And we'll get out and go and get the others all in order. I could have done this off screen, but I thought, the hell with it. I've got to do this. You might as well sit through it as well. And we move him this one up nice and close. I do. I'll try and get as many of these on here as I can. I only just want to chop one bit of one tree down and cut it into small lengths. And you'll see why with me. I'll move this one alongside, I think. We'll keep them fairly far apart, so it makes it a bit easier to get things in place. Get the feet up here. And I found a few extra trailers, and I will be changing my trailer over for this. Basically, because I didn't like the way that the one I was using was working. Right, one more to get in. see we've got a fair selection of trailers. Now this last one here, I found when I bought that actually dug into the ground. I had to sell it and buy another one. And so it may be an issue with it. So this one most probably won't get used. But I brought it out here anyway. How to do? Now let's get into the trees and find a likely candidate to cut down. This one will do. Oh no, let's go this way. I think this one might be better. I'll just buy myself a chainsaw. Not worried what one. Oh, that'll do. They're all exactly the same price. That'll do. Let's just cut this off. You see, I can cut trees. It's just I don't like to a lot. No, let's hope we haven't hit anything. No, look at that. Oh, I'm a lumberjack. No, I'm not going to sing the lumberjack song from Monty Python. I could do. It's one of my all-time favourite comedy series, but that probably shows my age more than anything else. Alright, so we have a length of tree here. It's a long tree. There's some good trees on this farm. I don't want. I'm not too worried about what sort of length they are, but I think I've got 5 trailers, so I basically just want 5 bits of wood. And as soon as I've done that, I will sell the chainsaw, you can see. Well, I better not, just in case I've got any I'll speak in a moment. Anything else left on, bits of branch left on them, just to trim them down. This is 3. Four. Well, I could be playing golf shooting for one of those games. I refuse to call it a sport. It's a game I've never got into. I'm just going to lift each of these up once I get in position. Oh, that's what I mean about that. My mouse is very sensitive. For most things it's great, but for this it's not quite so good. Right, that one's okay. That one's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just checking there's no... That's quite a big bit, that one. Yeah, right, I'm going to sell this chainsaw off again so it doesn't keep getting in my way. So on this one it doesn't matter about money. Right, now I'm going to show you what happens with this trailer here. Now, I'm going to try and give it a fair chance. I'm going to get square onto it. Now on 17, trailers should actually be trailers. Empty boxes which you can put stuff into. That's not an empty box. That is a... I knew this was converted over from 15, possibly even 13, but that is unforgivable. Now we got these last two here. We put try them as they are in their standard configuration. When I remember where I put the tree, there it is. This is quite a big bit. And I brought in the SOB trailer as well. No, it might be actually too big. But notice, this has dropped into it. And in fact, if I move this a bit, we can try and... There we are. Well, not quite. It's a bit too big. I'll take this one out here and we put it in. We put it on this flat here, which is more what it's made for. Oh, yes, I would do if I didn't hit the damn thing. I'm actually holding it too close, so I'm going to just step back a bit further and have a bit more distance on it. There we are. So I can see what I'm doing. There we are. Made for it. Get the fumbly there. Now we got this one these two to try with shorter pieces. Hopefully I've got some shorter pieces here. Find where I cut the. I cut it a lot further up than I thought I had. Oh, this is a shorter piece where this should go in. Alright, just square up to grab it in the middle, and this should drop nicely into the trailer, which is what they should do on 17. So that old trailer there will be going, and I think I'm going to probably replace it with this one, which is rather nice looking. And in the brown, it looks old, it looks wooden, it's got grey finish here, and it's still a dolly. Never mind, we can't have everything. Just look like it's got air brakes, which we'll have to ignore. I looked at the tank under it, which looked suspiciously like an air reservoir. Now we do the Roland next. So this is going to be quite a short one, and as you saw at the start, we are ploughing the field of beet coming up. We got all the beet out. I will show you that in a little while. There's rather a lot of it, and you see again, drops in there as it should. And we just put one on the SOB trailer, because no, it's trailer. I'm certain I know this will take it without looking, because it's made for bales. If it's made for bales, it should take logs. I might have cut this slightly long again, but there we are. And we just rope this in place. It's not quite so good cutting through, but I think we'll forgive it that. And that's not going to go anywhere. Locked in. We'll have a closer look at these other closed-in trailers. Yeah, let's look at how we're doing that a bit. I think actually, if I remember right, I don't know if you can do it. You can do it in cab. Actually, put all the belts on together. Yeah, just to save myself a bit of time going through them. I'm feeling lazy, and we just check again. Grab the thing. I can lift it up. This is the little bit from the excellent game extension mod. Now you can also see as it is there, we can lift it, and we may still be able to lift it. Let's just see. No, that's locked. And this is the last one to try. We'll do the same with this one. We fell off. Yeah, that's locked, and we fall off when we try to move it. Just undo the strap, and if you look here, you can turn this into a flat. I particularly like this little trailer. I think I shall certainly be using it in place of the one I was using. I think this is meant to be a Czechoslovak trailer of the 70s, so it's a little bit modern. Don't know if you can do this front one, can you? So look. No, front one stays there, which should be fair enough. Now we lock again, we just lock that in, just the one in, and that's locked. This one we are not certain. I think we will need to take the wood out, and we'll just take that out if we can. I think we're drifting back. Oh, we got it. Just drop that there. I think it seems to be caught in something. These are fixed. I think this one, and we know that the SOB one's fixed, but we just take the wood off here, and I think all ends up this one wins. Well, let's look at the other one there first, and we can change capacity, and we have a look at it. It can be a bale trailer, ordinary trailer. I'm not certain what the difference between. Oh, I see, the back's higher on that. That's quite handy. Trailer. Back to how it was. This one goes through similar thing. I'll get in the cab, then I can turn around and we can just go through, change capacity. And that goes through four, no, one, two, three different ones. So I'll look at it like this. And we can close the door here. Brilliant. Yes, I think this one's the one I'm going to go with. Not certain what happens now. We should better close all the doors again. Yeah, close door. Close door. And that is a very well made model. The only thing is, so if we look at it here, getting nice and close, that's an air tank, which possibly of the age of model it shouldn't have that, but it's got cart springs, leaf springs, so I think the rest of it is fine. I think we ignore the fact they've got an air tank on. Right, I said I was going to have a look at what's this one? This one is fine, except I wasn't happy about the fact that it dug into the ground. That's the point. How do these things tip? Let's have a look at the tip. Put it back to standard. And we're that's left or right tip, so let's go. Quite good, and that should stay up hopefully. That's got rams in, which again most probably wouldn't add of the age, and it looks like you must probably add no one behind. That looks like a connector behind here. Yeah, it looks quite well made. Rams a bit, well, not quite so good as some I've seen. But again, I think I can ignore that. So we've got that one there. Let's have a look at this one. Tip side back. We'll do it aside. Oh, that's just tip side back or tip side ground. There it goes. In fact, I might just use both of these and hope this one doesn't dig in too often. This one hasn't got the air tank, so it's a little bit better. This will be cave operated brakes, if it has brakes on the rear, and I can't see anything going to them, so it's got to be an unbraked trailer by the looks of it. This one, have they modelled that in? I do believe they have. Yes, they have modelled in brakes in there. Look at that. It's a magnificent piece of work, this. I really do like this. This would be unbraked because it's off the right age. This is not bad, but it's all you can really use it for. Is this? Let's just see what else it's got up on it. We'll unfasten this lot. Oops, I meant to come out because I'm going to take the wood off. Alright, that's it. Now then. No tipping on there, which is good, which you wouldn't expect on a flat. This again has, yes, this again has an air tank, which is not quite so good. So I think I'm actually going to get rid of that old one I had, and I'm going to replace it with this and this. Can't have too many trailers, but this one, I'm not happy about this at all. It should at least have put the box as 17 spec is. Don't think there's any other trailer stuff in there. I will just tip it. And even worse. Now that's definitely going. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going. You notice something else I hadn't noticed before. The RAM doesn't even work. Whoops. Just let that down again and see if we can tip it another way. So I know it's not a very exciting one, but I thought I'd just bring you into thinking, oh, it's left all right tip. Let's try it the other way. See if the RAM works this way. No, the invisible RAM. See if we can just take this log out of here. I don't want it, so we throw it away. And just to give it a fair chance to see what happens with angle up. If that isn't that wood what's upsetting it. We'll change it back to the first way again. And we'll hop out and have a look. Nope, the RAM doesn't work. Right, but without further ado, I found some more potato harvesting gear. We got this. And I want that. I'll be looking closer to some of these other stuff as we find more and more. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to sell that one back off. It's going to sell this one, and that's coming completely out of my mod folder. It doesn't do what I want it to. And what I do is the other. I haven't bought them yet. Yeah, it looks like I haven't bought them and put them in here yet. And I need to get rid of that. Nice tractor, but as Joseph keeps telling me, I've got too much stuff anyway. And as I need... Oh. God, I want to keep this. I know, there's another tractor which I don't actually want, but to hell with it, we have got an extra trailer now. Now we're just going to go into the potato bit there, and we just have a look at the rest of what we got here. Oh yes, these. Now you may remember I used these on 15 series. From the 60s, I think. These a little bit more modern, but I'll whip back to the shop and have a look at them. There was one other thing I wanted, if I can remember what it was now. One belt system, was it? Yes, we need one of these. This picks the potatoes up off the ground, or anything else actually. Oh no, it's potatoes. No, this is particularly potatoes that picks up off the ground and puts into a trailer. Well, we'll finish off by going back. So I'll get this lot. This one's still got a trailer. I think I'm going to be taking a bit of wood back with me, but not going to worry too much about that. And we want that. Oh, wait a minute. I need to get the need to get the John Deere sorted out with a actually what we'd do then is, and this might as well go first because I don't think this is quicker than anything else we've got. Just put them down a bit so I can line them all up, and we just put that into our tractors. Oh no, no one was that. Oh, this is a front loader, so I'll put this in its own little group. It's just a front loader. I want to. I'm in the Model A. Right, I need to just go back to this. Remembering what is what, unhook that there because I don't want it on there at the moment. The John Deere's got to pick up the other trailer. Oh no, we've got the Massey without anything, so I could leave the John Deere without anything. Oh, she's doing alright, so we're getting to the cab. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, we've got it. Control I to let that down, of course. Turn this round. Got his nice little skinny tires on. And we've got it on there, and we now want this one. Better. This will be tail end Charlie. It can bring one of the bits of kit back as we finish off this episode. I thought I'd do this one just to show that we do take some care when we're making a video to try and get things not realistic, at least not too unrealistic. And I did not like that trailer. I liked it until I found that the damn thing didn't work properly. Right, we're going to turn this lot around in there because I want to bring up one bit of kit. We're going to have a look at some of this new kit. Now hopefully we can squeeze them all through here. We're going to be using all the potato kit I've got just for the hell of it. Oh. Here come the John Deere pulling up the rear. Leave that there to go back to the farm. And look at that, we're on the John Deere. Because I almost think I knew what I was doing now. This one will probably not be able to pull any of this, but it's quite a bit bigger than the one I had on 15. But we'll see if I can at least pull it. Alright, pull it out. I can pull it empty anyway. I doubt if I'll be able to run it. I'm not certain what that needs. So look, I'll be quick if I go this way. Oh, it only needs 30 horsepower, so it should be able to pull it alright. What's the point? Oh. Ah, I know why it won't pick that up, because it's not the next one in line. So it could almost be a job for the John Deere. Wouldn't be running them as we run a modern now with the topper on first. That's it. And something else comes on behind us. Let's have a look. Is there a PTO on here? Yes, there is. Just interested in seeing what this does. Ah, I see. Unfold. Alright, lower B and turn on the B. Ah, we've got the little man again. Let's have a look. Is he still there when I come off? Yeah, oh yeah, there he is. So this is very much like the 15 version. It must probably, well, it's an updated one from 15, which must probably even come over from 13. And he's there to check that all the potatoes are sound and chuck out the bad ones. Right, let's turn that off, lift it up, fold it up. And we'll get this lot back, and that will be an episode. I think I need a screenshot. Well, I don't think I do. I know I need a screenshot. Yes, that should do it. OH, OL, OL, OL. Oh yeah, not blocked. Right. It's getting more and more stuff now on Mod Hub of this stuff. And by the way, the map I was talking about, Mountain Valley Farm Extra Hard by Old Guy Farmer, the sadist, is only available on PCSG officially. Beware, this is a beta, so it's not guaranteed. It's 100%, but it is great fun just to try it. And yeah, it looks like we've got everything. Well, don't know why he's blocked. Let's see what happens if we start pulling off, if he can go. Yes, he's got it. I'm glad to see that. I thought at first they'd put in a LED screen on here, but they haven't. This isn't a bad little tractor. There's two versions, one with cab and this one without. Obviously I picked the one without. So whilst we make our way back to the farm with yet more kits, sorry Joseph, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please leave a like. If you're not a subscriber and wish to see more of messing about with older machinery, please subscribe. In short, and I will turn the traffic back on when we come out, when we're done this. Just using a load on follow me like this, I did not fancy losing the whole flaming lot. Now we might go back up there at some point and just take all those logs and sell them. And that will be a shock to a lot of people who know how I feel about forestry. I shocked a few people to see I'm actually doing Old Guy Farmer's latest challenge. I didn't take part in the first one because it means live streaming, and I don't particularly like live streaming. Anyway, any comments, questions, queries, or anything else, feel free to contact me, post in the comments column. Anything about, as I said before, anything hard about seasons. Oh, of course, it's on follow me. Take that off. That's it. It's better. She's getting on with that. With that, it's me saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.